right, so quorum is present. We will go ahead and move into public comments. This is the time for anyone who's here to speak on any items on the agenda or not on the agenda. If you would like to speak, I ask that you please state your name before and keep your comments to 4 minutes tops. So we'll go ahead and open up the floor to any public comment. Yes, sir.
You said 4 minutes?
4 minutes.
I just want to start a stopwatch so I don't lose track.
Please state your name for the meeting.
Of course. My name is TJ. So I'm here today because
Can you last name as well?
I would rather just say TJ, just a member of the public. So I'm here today because I saw that a vote for encryption of the fire dispatch talk groups is on the agenda. I believe that the encryption of fire dispatch talk groups would be catastrophic to government transparency, and it would seriously hinder the public's ability to stay informed about what's going on around them. Regardless of how many individual people actually listen to the radios, the fire dispatch radios play a key role in the news media's ability to relay information to their audience. Whether it's on the news or over the internet, the news media is constantly informing everyday citizens about areas to avoid and traffic delays to be expected because of emergency scenes. To encrypt these dispatch talk groups would prevent the news media from making the public aware of so many different instances that could affect them. Additionally, the encryption of fire dispatch talk groups would create a monopoly over the flow of information. The public and the news media already relies on government officials for a large amount of their information. Without being able to listen to the radios, the public and the news media would have to receive 100% of their public safety related news directly from the government. This would seriously reduce transparency about government operations, and it would drastically delay the flow of information to the public. Maintaining a monopoly over the flow of information will decrease public trust, and it will decrease public support for emergency services. The public does not want their only source of public safety information to be directly from the government. They want to know that there are multiple sources of real-time information about what is happening. Encryption of the radio traffic would prevent any sort of accountability about the flow of public safety-related news. At the end of the day, the more that you try to hide information from people, the more curious that they become. There will always be videos on social media showing emergency scenes and first responders. There will always be people in the neighborhood that flock to the sidewalk to watch scenes whenever they hear sirens. Whenever people see first responder activity, that news passes quickly by word of mouth and social media. Encrypting your radio traffic is not going to change that. Encrypting your radio traffic will mean that all of the videos of first responders on social media will now be circulating with absolutely zero context. All of those next door posts when people see a big first responder presence will become an even bigger melting pot for speculation about what might be going on. This will lead people to be more fearful about their safety. And then, as far as practicality of encryption, what about the fact that box alarms go out over iPhone anyway? What about when mutual aid departments are dispatched and their talk groups and channels are not encrypted? If mutual aid departments come in to assist Northwest Central agencies, people would hear those dispatches on those other dispatch centers' channels anyway. Additionally, as far as mutual aid and firefighter safety, no matter how much pre-planning occurs, it is inevitable that somewhere in some fire station or some village office, there will be a pile of spare radios that do not support encryption keys or that are forgotten about and never get programmed. During a large incident, it's possible that spare radios are put into service.
TJ, 30 seconds.
Thank you. It would be catastrophic if first responders arrived on scene and only then realized that those spare backup radios were not able to communicate with each other. Sorry. No matter how many public information officers you employ, no matter how many different community alert softwares you use, nothing can ever replace the efficiency and timeliness of information that comes over the air. I hope that you all seriously think about the points that I've shared. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Any additional public comments?